Sounds True presents Music is Medicine, Session 4, The Tao of Breath, with Kay Gardner.
I've described to you Vicky Dodd's technique of toning, the groaning, the wailing, the keening, the droning. All of these sounds are sounds that you can use or experiment with to release tension and to promote healing. Another technique is the siren sound. You could do this for yourself or you could do it for a friend. And that is making your voice into a siren. Start at the very top of your head, imaging the very top of your head, and go all the way down to the bottom of your feet and back up again, as a siren would. Get ready for this one. This siren technique, if you do it with someone standing and you're facing them and you're doing it, as you go down the body, you will notice that there will be a certain point where your voice feels sticky. Now, that I know that's not real clear, but there will be a place that you, using your intuition, will feel that the sound stops, doesn't continue, doesn't resonate the way it did when you were doing the entire siren. Just one place in there. That's where the body needs the work. How do we know this? We don't know this intellectually. This is one technique that is done totally intuitively. Stop where that sound is. Start directing some sound to it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. You don't have to say, oh, well, I see. If it's this sound, I guess I better use the ooh sound, and then I better visualize the red or the purple. And don't worry about that. Just make a sound at it. Remember, if the intent is with it, it's going to work. Send the intention to that sound, to that place, to that area that you're making the sound at. And that is another technique of toning. I use a different technique. And it's very similar to the siren, but what I do is I scan the body with sound using vowels. Just as earlier I demonstrated the relief of constipation by making this very strange sound. This is using the different vowels as we've been talking about all the way through this course up to now. The oo, the o, aw, ah, eh, I. Using them in order and scanning the torso of a person. Let me do a little demonstration of what these sounds might sound like. Now I'm doing these very slowly. What I would do is scan the torso with the oo, then take another deep breath, scan the torso with the o, each vowel in turn. And as I'm scanning, I would have folks around this. I would do this in the workshop, and people would be listening to see where it was that the sound all of a sudden resonated louder. I wouldn't be changing the sound at all, but in a lot of folks, you'll hear the sound resonate a lot more in one particular physical area than it did in another. Pay attention. All those vowels are important. Which vowel is it that touches them, and where does it resonate more? Now here's my theory. We're going back to the aura. Remember how we said that the aura is seen by some healers as having holes in it? Okay, if we're sounding a person in their aura, we're not right on their body, we're right outside their body making sounds at them. What would happen if you were making a sound and all of a sudden you came to a hole? It would be like a tunnel, wouldn't it? And all of a sudden the sound would get louder and it would start sounding a little bit echoey. My theory is that when we're making the sounds outside the person's body, in that person's aura, we are able to locate where the holes are in the aura by that resonant sound. And all we need to do then is Remember the vowel that made the sound so resonant, remember its location, and then chant that vowel into that area. Now, I do this in workshops all the time. I always ask people before I do it or before they do it, do not tell each other what your physical idiosyncrasies are. You can find it out by doing this. It's a wonderful diagnostic tool. We've found out all kinds of things. You can tell in the heart area when you're toning someone like that, and the voice starts to break up, kind of like a machine gun. You go, ooh, that very often means that the heart is not beating regularly, does not have a solid, steady beat. I've noticed other areas, women who are about to menstruate. You can locate that, and you'll say, well, what's going on with you there? And they say, well, I'm just about to menstruate, but I haven't started yet, so there's blockage. It's a very wonderful diagnostic tool. You don't have to do it to the front of the torso. You could do it to the back of the torso as well. But you can pick up tension. You can pick up disability. You can pick up all kinds of things. It's a wonderful diagnostic tool. And then fill that tunnel, fill that hole in the aura with the sound using the vowel that spoke so loudly, that resonated so much in that tunnel. I think the interesting part about this is that even when we don't know what the physical idiosyncrasies are of a person, that these sounds and this sounding can pick them up. We can find out where they are in distress, and we can give them a sound treatment. From what I know of people who do toning on a regular basis, you do not have to do it for an hour and a half. You just have to tone them for a short period of time because the body will take on the sound that it needs. Because we are self-healing organisms. The body wants to heal. None of us wants to be ill on any level. Really, on the deepest level, we do not want to be ill. And so the body will take on what it needs and will heal. These are many different techniques I've given you. Again, we've got the keening, we've got wailing, we've got groaning, we've got droning, we've got siren sounds, we've got vowel sounds. Any one of them can be used. The technique that Vicky Dodd uses, which is a very intricate and very powerful technique, making the sounds of the pain, moving to the sounds of the overtones and vowels, and ending with a hum, is very different than practitioners of resonant kinesiology use. And this is a technique developed by Susan Gallagher Borg in Vermont. She does a very soft sound. So here again, the word intent enters. Because it doesn't matter how long, how loud, or what the sound is, as long as it's coupled with the intent. Directing your concentration and intent to the area of the body that needs the work. Now we're going to put all of the things together that we have learned up to this point. We're going to take the sounds of the vowels and how they touch us, the colors as they relate to the vowels and the sounds and the tones, and even the scents that vibrate in parallel waves with sound and color. And we'll combine them into an exercise that's very powerful, that will help to center you, relax you, and heal you. I call this exercise a toning bath. Those who aren't driving or are listening to this at home might want to lie on the floor in a comfortable position, or you could sit in the lotus or semi-lotus position, or perhaps in the Egyptian meditation position, which is sitting in a straight-back chair with your feet flat on the floor and your hands on your thighs, palms down. If you're lying on the floor, be sure to put a pillow under your knees so that you can relieve any back stress. And first of all, just relax. Loosen anything that's tight. a tie, a belt, shoes, take your shoes off, and relax. Just get in touch with your breathing and where it comes from. Where does your breathing come from? Now image colorless light coming up through your body with each inhalation. Colorless light. And exhaling, allow that light to disperse slowly around your body, going back into earth again. So as you breathe in, imagine that your breath is coming up from the earth. And as you exhale, imagine that the breath is going back down into the earth. Now, image the color red at the base of your spine, the area of your first chakra, the center of sexual and physical energy. Image this crimson red light swirling in you with your inhalation and resting at the base of your spine, the sacred bone, the sacrum. The red light is swirling. Perhaps you can imagine the smell of patchouli or geranium. And when I play the flute, chant on the syllable ooh along with the flute. Ooh. As the tone disappears from your memory, allow the red to disperse. Inhale it up, spiraling up your spine and out the top of your head, and allow the color to disperse into earth again. And now bring orange, the color of an orange, up with your breath from the earth, and allow the orange light to spiral around the belly area, your center of emotions and feelings. orange light is spiraling within you and all around you in the belly area, bathing you in orange light. And if you can, image the scent of vanilla or almonds and chant with the flute on the syllable O, bathing your belly area in the sound. As the sound disappears from your memory, allow the orange color to proceed up your body, swirling up your spine and spouting out the top of your head and dispersing into Mother Earth again. Now image pure sun yellow light, the color of a daffodil. And bring that light with your breath up from earth until it rests at the diaphragm area, that triangle where your stomach meets the bottom of your ribs. Image the scent of lemons and allow the yellow light to swirl within you and all around you at the solar plexus area, a center of vitality and psychic awareness. And chant on the syllable awe, A-W, awe. Chant with the flute, bringing energy to the solar plexus area. As the tone disappears from your memory, allow the color to proceed up your spine, spiraling with your breath, and allow it to spout out the top of your head, cascading, dispersing into earth again. Now, with your breath up from earth, bring the color spring green, the color of the meadows when spring is new. Bring that color with your breath up your spine until it rests at the heart area, the center of compassion and healing, and allow that spring green light to spiral within you and around you. And if you can, image the scent of orange blossoms or a pine forest. And chant on the syllable ah, A-H, on the tone that the flute plays. As the tone disappears from your memory, allow the spring green light to continue with your breath up your spine and out the head, out the top of your head, like a cascade dispersing into earth.